Imagine a world where the morning rush hour consists not of blaring horns and exhaust fumes, but the gentle ripple of water against a wooden hull. As the mist lifts from the Overijssel canals, a silent fleet of whisper boats begins its daily dance, gliding under 180 ancient arched bridges that connect a village frozen in time. This is Giethoorn, a place where the GPS is useless. In our hyper-connected, concrete-laden modern society, we've come to view the highway as the literal artery of life. We assume that without roads, commerce stops, emergency services fail, and community withers. But here, in the Venice of the North, the Dutch have perfected a radical alternative. There are no sirens, no tires on asphalt, and no frantic engines. Instead, there is a profound, heavy silence. A quiet so deep you can hear the rustle of a reed 100 yards away. How does a thriving 21st century community function when its only streets are made of water? At first glance, the map of Giethoorn looks less like a town and more like a delicate lace doily dropped onto a marsh. Spanning nearly 4 miles of primary canals, the village is anchored by a singular, narrow walking path known as the binnenpad. Aside from this slender strip of asphalt intended for feet and bicycles, the infrastructure is entirely liquid. Over 170 wooden bridges, many of them high-arched to allow loaded boats to pass beneath, crisscross the water, serving as the only physical links between private island homes and the outside world. Because of this aquatic layout, the world has labeled Giethoorn the Venice of the North. It's a flattering title, but in many ways it's a misleading one. Venice is a monument of stone, marble, and grand urban decay. Giethoorn is a masterpiece of soft earth, reed, and living green. While Venice was built for maritime trade and merchant princes, Giethoorn was forged by farmers and peat cutters. Crucially, this isn't a stagnant museum or a theme park built for day trippers. This is a living, breathing community. Peer past the hydrangeas and you'll see residents hauling groceries in motorized punts, children being boated to school, and farmers transporting livestock across the water. It is a functional agricultural anomaly where the backyard is a protected nature reserve and the driveway is a dock. Here, the rhythm of life isn't dictated by a traffic light, but by the displacement of water and the height of the tide. The visual signature of Giethoorn, those sloping, golden-brown thatched roofs that look like they've been plucked from a Brothers Grimm fairy tale, is perhaps the greatest historical irony of the Dutch countryside. To a modern traveler, these homes represent the pinnacle of rustic luxury, often selling for millions of euros. But if you were to tell a Giethoorn resident from the 1800s that their roof was a status symbol, they would likely laugh in your face. 2 centuries ago, a thatched roof was the mark of a poor man's house. In the peat-rich, timber-poor wetlands of the Netherlands, tiles were an expensive commodity. Clay tiles had to be manufactured in kilns and transported from afar, making them a luxury reserved for wealthy merchants and city dwellers. The local farmers of Giethoorn, however, had an endless supply of reed growing right in their watery backyards. Using reed for roofing wasn't an aesthetic choice, it was a survival tactic born of absolute necessity. It was cheap, it was accessible, and it was the only material a struggling peat cutter could afford. The architecture of these camelback houses, so named because the barn section is often higher than the living quarters, reflects this functional poverty. The roofs are steeply pitched to allow the relentless Dutch rain to slide off quickly, preventing the reed from rotting. Inside, the layout was designed for heat conservation. The family lived in close proximity to their livestock, using the body heat of cows and goats to stay warm during the biting winters of the Overijssel. Today, the tables have turned entirely. Because reed is highly flammable and requires specialized labor-intensive craftsmanship to install and maintain, insurance premiums and repair costs have skyrocketed. What was once peasant roofing is now a high-maintenance badge of wealth. To own a thatched home in Giethoorn today is to commit to a cycle of expensive preservation that keeps the village's postcard-perfect image alive. It is a stunning example of how time can transform the architecture of struggle into the architecture of dreams.